Hello, and welcome here. Do you ever feel the quiet exhaustion that comes not from a day of hard labor, but from a lifetime of holding on too tightly, a weariness in your spirit from carrying the weight of 1,000 unspoken expectations, from navigating the turbulent waters of other people's emotions, from trying to be the steady anchor in everyone else's storm? There comes a point, a gentle turning of a page in the book of your life. This is the beginning of learning to not care. It is not an act of coldness, but an act of supreme self-preservation. It is the most advanced, most elegant way to live the second half of your life. It is the quiet rebellion of your soul, choosing peace over performance and presence over praise. The world will keep spinning. The noise will continue. But you can learn to become, and it begins with the simple revolutionary act of gently retracting your energy from that which does not feed your spirit. You are not required to have an opinion on everything. You are not obligated to offer a solution to every problem you witness. Your peace is a sacred space, not a public forum. Learning to not care is about discerning what deserves the precious, finite energy of your heart. It's understanding that your attention is a current. Observe the people who have found this quiet grace. They are not empty, they are full. They are full of a deep, unshakable peace. They walk through the world with a lighter step because they have laid down the heavy burdens of needing to be right, needing to be liked, and needing to be understood by everyone. They have learned that the validation they once sought from the world was a pale echo of the acceptance they can give to themselves. This journey is not it is about tending to your own garden so meticulously, so lovingly, that the weeds of external judgment simply cannot find fertile ground to grow. It is about realizing that your first and foremost responsibility is to the sanctuary within. In the second half of life, the goal is no longer to add more, but to gracefully subtract. You subtract the obligations that drain you, the relationships that diminish you, and what remains is the pure, undiluted essence of who you are. And from this place of quiet authenticity, you begin to truly live. You begin to understand that the greatest power lies not in controlling the world around you, but in mastering the world within you. So breathe, let the armor fall away. Let us walk this path together into the gentle, liberating art of not caring. Your most peaceful years are not behind you. Your soul is now inviting you to care only about what truly matters. And in that selective focus, you will find not emptiness, but everything. The first step is to release the illusion that you are the caretaker of everyone else's happiness. You can love people profoundly, you can support them with kindness, but their inner peace is their own path to walk. Your desire to fix them is often a reflection of your own Allow them the dignity of their own journey, with its own struggles and its own triumphs. When you stop trying to manage their emotions, you reclaim the energy you need to manage your own. You are not responsible for how others perceive you. They will view you through the lens of their own experiences, their own wounds, and their own expectations. Trying to control this narrative is like trying to capture the wind in a jar. Let it go. Let them misunderstand you. Their perception is their reality, not yours. Your reality is forged in the quiet truth of your own heart. Your peace does not require their approval. Stop explaining yourself. The people who understand you don't need it, and the people who don't won't believe you anyway. Your life is not a thesis to be defended. It is a poem to be lived. Live it with a quiet confidence that needs no external validation. The constant need to justify the need for closure is an attachment to the past. Some stories don't have a neat ending. Some relationships simply fade. Some questions will never be answered. Learning to not care about having the final word is a profound form of freedom. You close the book yourself, not by getting an answer from them, but by withdrawing your emotional investment in the question. You find peace not in resolution, but in release. Forgive others not. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It is a heavy burning coal you clutch in your own hand. Not caring about old grievances is not condoning the wrong. It is revoking its power over your present. You are choosing the lightness of your own spirit over the weight of their past actions. Release the debt. You are the only one still trying to collect. You must also learn to not. The fear of missing out is a phantom that haunts a life lived on the surface. The joy of missing out is the deep, soulful pleasure of choosing your own company, your own quiet, your own restorative solitude. True belonging is not about being everywhere with everyone. It is about being fully and authentically present with yourself. The most nourishing connections will not require you to sacrifice your peace to be a part of them. They will pour your heart into your efforts, but release your grip on the results. Whether it is in your work, your relationships, or your personal projects, your responsibility lies in the integrity of your actions, not in the applause they receive. The world's response is outside of your control. Find your satisfaction in the doing, in the creation, in the love you put forth. When you not care about the destination, you free yourself to fully inhabit the journey. It should be a garden where others can rest and grow, but from which they are free to depart. Clinging, begging, and negotiating for someone's presence diminishes your own light. The advanced way to live is to hold the door open. Those who are meant for you will stay. Those who are not, you must lovingly release. Not caring if they go is the ultimate act of respecting both their freedom and your own self-worth. It is a quiet declaration that your wholeness does. Learn to be indifferent to arguments that do not concern your inner peace. Not every battle needs a warrior. You do not need to correct every wrong you see or win every debate you encounter. Much of the world's noise is a distraction. Your energy is better spent cultivating your own tranquility. Choosing silence over the need to be right is a sign of immense spiritual maturity. It's a quiet power that says, I value. Let the drama play out without you as a cast member. You are the audience, and you are free to leave the theater at any time. The opinions of people who don't know your struggles, your history, or your heart are irrelevant. They are like arrows shot in the dark. They have no real target for too long. You may have allowed these random projectiles to pierce your peace. Now, it is time to realize that you are not a target. You are the sky, vast, open. Revoke their access to your emotional landscape. Their opinions are a reflection of them, not a measure of you. As you practice this gentle art, you may find that some people fall away from your life. Let them. This is not a loss. It is a clarification. Your new frequency of peace will naturally repel that which is chaotic and dissonant. Do not mourn the space that opens up. See it as a clearing, a sacred ground. The universe is making room for what is truly meant for you. If these thoughts resonate with you, if they feel like a gentle homecoming for your spirit, perhaps you might consider subscribing and liking this video. We explore these quiet paths together here, finding strength in stillness. Let us continue now. We turn this gentle gaze of not caring inward, not with harshness, but with profound compassion. You must learn to not care about. Release the checklist of achievements society handed you. Your life is not a race against an imaginary clock. It is a slow, unfolding masterpiece, unique to you. You are not behind, you are not ahead. You are exactly where you need to be, on a path that is entirely your own. The comparison with others is the deepest thief of joy. Not caring about their journey is the only way to fully honor yours. Their life, are you a little more at peace? That is the only progress that matters. Water your own grass and trust that it will grow in its own time, in its own way. Stop caring so much about being productive every single moment of every single day. You are a human being, not a human doing. Your worth is not measured by your output. Rest is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Stillness is not emptiness, it is a wellspring of creativity. Read a book with no goal in mind, simply sit and breathe. Not caring about the relentless cult of productivity is an act of reclaiming your humanity. You are worthy simply because you exist. Release the need to be perfect. Your flaws, your mistakes, your scars, they are not signs of failure. They are a testament to a life fully lived. They are the map of your resilience, the evidence of your courage. A perfectly smooth stone. Stop caring about presenting a flawless facade to the world. Be messy, be vulnerable, be real. In your beautiful imperfection, you give others permission to be imperfect too. That is a gift far greater than any illusion of perfection. Learn to not care about your own negative self-talk. Acknowledge those critical voices in your head. See them for what they are, old patterns, echoes of past fears, and then let them go. You don't have to engage with every inner critic. Treat those thoughts like clouds passing in the sky of your awareness. You are the sky, not the clouds. Your true nature is peace, clarity, and silence. Not caring about the internal noise is how you remember the vast, silent truth of who you are. Stop waiting for the right moment to be happy. The right moment is now. Happiness is not a destination you arrive at once. It is finding the sliver of sunlight in a cloudy day. It is savoring a cup of tea. It is the warmth of a blanket. Not caring about the grand, elusive idea of perfect happiness allows you to discover the thousand small, ordinary joys that are available to you in this very moment. Peace is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of a quiet mind amidst it. Become indifferent to your age. What matters is the energy you cultivate, the curiosity you maintain, the love you express. Society may try to tell you what is age appropriate. Not caring about these labels is liberation. You can learn a new skill at 70. You can fall in love at 80. You can start over at any point. Your spirit is timeless. Do not let a number on a calendar dictate the boundaries of your life. Your soul has no expiration. In a world that screams for attention, find the beauty in being quiet, simple, and ordinary. You don't need a dramatic backstory or a list of exotic travels to be worthy of connection. Your gentle presence, your kindness, your ability to listen, these are the things that truly matter. Not caring about having a fascinating story to tell frees you to simply live your story. The most profound people are often the most unassuming. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you made when you didn't know better. Forgive yourself for the times you betrayed your own intuition. Forgive yourself for the love you gave to those who could not receive it. You did the best you could with the awareness you had at the time. Not caring about your past self's perceived failures is the ultimate act of self-compassion. You cannot move forward if you are constantly looking in the rearview mirror, judging the driver you used to be. Thank that version of you for getting you this far, and then gently let them go. The path ahead is clear. Let go of the need to understand why everything happened the way it did. The human mind craves a narrative, a reason, a logical thread. But some things in life are beyond reason. Some pain has no need explanation. Not caring about finding the cosmic why is a form of surrender. It is accept. You don't need to understand your whole journey to take the next step. You just need to trust that the path is unfolding as it should. This turning inward is the great work of the second half of life. It is less about changing the world and more about transforming your perception of it. The world does not become less chaotic, you become more peaceful. The challenges do not disappear. Your resilience grows. This is the profound alchemy of life. It is not an escape from life, it is a deeper immersion into it, but on your own terms from a place of unshakable inner grounding. This is how you reclaim your power, not with a shout, but with a whisper, not with a sword, but with an open hand, letting go of all that is heavy, all that is not you. This journey transforms your very presence in the world. When you master the art of not caring, you become a sanctuary for others, not because you try to be, but because you are one for yourself. Your presence becomes a permission slip for others to lay down their own armor. People are not drawn to your perfection, they are drawn to your peace. They feel the stillness in you, and it reminds them of the stillness within themselves. Not caring about being the center of attention allows you to become a center of peace. Your relationships shift. You no longer seek people to fill a void within you because you have learned to fill that space yourself with self-acceptance and quiet joy. Instead, you connect with others from a place of wholeness. The connections that remain become deeper, more authentic, and infinitely more nourishing. You love more freely because your love is no longer conditional on receiving anything in return. It is an overflow of the peace you have cultivated within. This practice, you understand that seasons change, storms come and go, and you are like a great old tree. Your leaves may fall, your branches may sway in the wind, but your roots run deep and you are unshakable. You not care about controlling the weather of your life, and instead you learn to dance in the rain and bask in the sun, accepting each as part of the whole. This trust silences the anxious voice of what if. It replaces it with you discover a new kind of wealth. It is not measured in possessions or accolades, but in moments of pure presence. The richness of watching a sunset without needing to photograph it. The luxury of a morning with no agenda. The treasure of a conversation where you are fully listening, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Not caring about the external markers of success allows you to see the infinite abundance that is already present. Your estate is your inner landscape, and you are immeasurably rich. You begin to see the world not as a problem to be solved, but as a wonder to be witnessed. The pressure to fix, to improve, to optimize dissolves. You can appreciate a flower without needing to own the garden. You can appreciate a person without needing to change them. This detachment is not cold. It is the highest form of love. It is a love. Your life becomes simpler, not because you have less, but because you need less. The frantic chase for more money, more status, more experiences, is replaced by a deep contentment with enough. You find that the simplest things hold the greatest joy: a walk in nature, a shared meal, a quiet moment of reflection. Not caring about the endless pursuit of accumulation is the key to unlocking the profound beauty of a simple. Your sense of humor returns, lighter and more profound. You learn to laugh at your own ego, at your past anxieties, at the absurdity of the dramas you once took so seriously. When you not care about maintaining a certain image, you become free to be playful, to be silly, to be authentically, joyfully human. Laughter becomes a form of meditation, a release of all that is too heavy, a celebration of the imperfect. It is the end of the long, exhausting journey of seeking approval and validation from the outside world. It is the realization that the home you were searching for has been within you all along. It is a quiet, sacred space that no one can touch, that no storm can shake. It is your inviolable core of peace. Living from this place, you are no longer a leaf tossed in the wind. You are the mountain. The winds of change will blow, peaceful. This is not a destination you arrive at once and for all. It is a practice, a daily moment-to-moment choice, a choice to release, a choice to breathe, a choice to turn inward, a choice to prioritize your own serenity above all the noise. It is the most loving, the most courageous, and the most advanced way to live. It is the gift you give yourself in the golden second half of your life. Remember that this is not about building a fortress of indifference. It is about cultivating a garden of discernment. You still care, but you care differently. You care about kindness, but not about being liked for it. You care about truth, but not about winning the argument. You care about love, but not about possessing the person you love. You care about your impact on the world, but you release your attachment to the recognition for it. Your caring, it is a gentle, steady light offered without condition, because its source is the infinite wellspring of peace within you. Take a moment right now, breathe in, and as you breathe out, imagine you are releasing one small thing you have been caring too much about. The comment someone made yesterday, the worry about tomorrow, the regret from a decade ago. Let it go, feel the space it leaves behind. That space is peace. That you do not need to move to a monastery or abandon your responsibilities. You just need to change where you place your attention. Shift your focus from the storm to the anchor. The anchor is your breath. The anchor is this present moment. The anchor is the quiet, unchanging awareness that is your true self. The world will always be full of reasons to be anxious, to be angry, to be distracted. But your inner world is yours to command. Learning to not care, it is the quietest revolution, and it changes everything. You will find that when you stop chasing the world becomes a more beautiful place to be. When you stop needing things from people, they are free to give you their best. When you stop fighting with reality, reality becomes your friend. This is the great paradox. In letting go, you gain everything. In not caring about the trivial, you make space for the sacred. It is your time to bloom, not for an audience, but for the sheer, quiet joy of it. I hope these words have brought you a measure of peace. Thank you for being here. Until next time.